The medical bay of Zeltha Station was never truly quiet, even during the slowest rotation cycles, as the soft hum of life support systems, diagnostic scanners, and multilingual comms filled the air, and it was into this controlled chaos that Eleanor Walsh arrived, an elderly human nurse by appearance, with silver-grey hair neatly tied back in a uniform that looked slightly too large for her frame, moving with a careful, deliberate calm that the younger staff mistook for frailty, drawing amused glances and quiet remarks from the alien doctors who assumed she was another token placement, someone harmless and unremarkable. And Eleanor heard every word yet offered no response, choosing instead to work methodically, learning unfamiliar interfaces, calibrating alien medical equipment, and asking precise questions that were dismissed as signs of inexperience. While none of them knew that she had once stood in collapsing field hospitals under orbital bombardment as a senior medical officer of the Terran Defense Forces, making impossible decisions during humanity's darkest wars, and everything changed when emergency alarms screamed through the station and a critically injured warrior was rushed into the bay. Instructor Kael'var of the Galactic Combat Academy, his advanced combat armor fused to his shattered body, bio readings plummeting as seasoned specialists hesitated, overwhelmed by the scale of his injuries, until Eleanor stepped forward, assessed the situation in seconds, and calmly issued orders that cut through the confusion with the certainty of battlefield experience, her authority undeniable, her timing exact. And something in her eyes silenced every challenge, as Kael'var briefly regained consciousness and, through pain and fading awareness, recognized a fellow warrior in her stance and precision, raising his trembling arm to deliver an ancient salute reserved only for those he considered superior, freezing the entire room in stunned silence. And Eleanor returned the gesture with crisp military discipline before directing the team with absolute control, transforming chaos into coordinated action as she prioritized internal bleeding, anticipated complications, and guided alien surgeons with knowledge that transcended species biology, saving Kael'var's life and shattering every assumption made about her. And later, when her service record was uncovered, the truth emerged of a decorated colonel who had commanded frontline hospitals, trained generations of trauma surgeons, saved hundreds across multiple species, and lost her only son in service, choosing this quiet role not out of necessity but purpose, a way to continue serving without seeking recognition. And when Kael'var recovered, he requested to see her, standing tall to salute her once more and thanking her in carefully learned Terran English for bringing a warrior home, to which Eleanor simply replied that survival carried responsibility, that life must be lived in honor of those who did not return. And from that day onward the medical bay of Zeltha Station changed, the whispers replaced by respect, the younger staff seeking her guidance, finally understanding that true mastery often arrives without noise or pride, and that humanity's strength was never in physical dominance or advanced weapons, but in resilience, service, and an unyielding refusal to surrender in the face of death. Lessons quietly embodied by an elderly human nurse who had nothing left to prove, and everything left to give.